Alright guys, so I'm working on the 5665 again, and I decided that what I was going to do is chase these threads here on the advanced casting area because they were very hard to take apart. So I'm just going to hit them real quick with this tap here and make sure they're good. Oh yeah, this seems fine, but I'm a little worried that they were screwed up because it was so hard to get those old bolts out of it. I actually bought new bolts to put in here. The old ones seem to be all bent and nasty, so I figure we'll chase these threads out and put it back together the right way. Should be nice. Yeah, these threads are fine. It's just those bolts were all screwed up, I guess. So this is fine. Right. Now what I'm going to do is take my gasket scraper and I'll scrape the old gasket off. I got a nice new gasket to put in there. These old bolts are all just bent, so they're all just pieces of junk. So I bought a pack of bolts at Fastenal. They're 3 1/8 inch long, 5/16 bolts. It's hard to find, 3 1/4 inch long. It's hard to find bolts that are by 1/4 inch length, but Fastenal is really good and they have them right in stock. So I bought a 10 pack. It was like $7.65. Now the old gears here, this particular gear, these teeth are really shot, so I actually bought some used parts on eBay, and I got a gear here that's pretty good. It has a hair of wear on there, but I'd say it's probably about 10%. It's really not anything major, so we're going to use this new one. And I got a clutch here that has a lot of meat on it also. So what we're going to do is put this bad boy together with the new clutch and the new gears, and we should be ready to roll. So let me get those parts and we'll get working on it. Now I got this nice clutch here that I found sitting around the garage that actually has a ton of meat left on it. So we're going to put this one in. So what I'm actually going to do is we're going to get these gears here, and we're actually going to clean them up a hair before we put them in. Make sure there's no crap sitting on them from being laying around the garage here for a couple weeks. And we'll get these, you know, they're just sitting on the dust and dirt here and stuff, so might as well clean them up a little bit before we put them back in. They're not bad, they just got a little bit of dust in them from sitting around. I'll take this and just blow them out. Not the bad. Nobody ever said this was easy. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, this one got a little bit of crap on it. Well, upon further investigation, you can see that these were actually rubbing these gears. They're so loose. And the same with this one. You can see the head of the bolt is literally touching the gear the big gear there. And you know, I just basically about touched it with a wrench, and it was so loose it's about to fall out. So I'm going to tighten these up as tight as I can get them, and we'll put her back together. Now I've got everything plugged back in, and I'm going to attempt to slide this advanced casting back on. Just clean this off a little bit. I had to take the shipper shaft off to get these two new bolts in the top here, and it was really not a big deal. Yeah. I put all the gears in backwards. I gotta take this all out. I put the gears here in 180 degrees off, so we'll fix that. No big deal. Now I finally got this thing situated. Stupid me had the planetary gears. They're supposed to be inside the clutch, and stupid me had them outside, so whatever. Now what I gotta do is pry up this handlebar because it's coming down on the advanced casting gasket area. So I'm going to try to pry it up here and just jam a bolt in there or something to hold it out of the way until I'm done putting this thing together, which proves easier said than done right now, but there we go. Now I'm going to grab my advanced casting and try to shove it in, and hopefully that will be the last step here. Yeah, we're getting a lot of interference from that handlebar. In fact, I'm going to have to take it off or something. It's way in the way. Oh. There you go, that's working. All right, I'm going to... Well guys, I got it all back together. All I got to do now is put the two bolts in for the handlebars, and then put the quick hitch back on and mount my mower deck and fill it with oil and gas and try to start this bad boy. So for now, what I ended up doing was I ended up changing the whole front planetary gear set. The old one had very pointy teeth on it. It was just really worn, a lot more than I chose to put back in there. So I had two spare sets sitting around from parts I bought on eBay. So I said, you know what, as long as I have all this apart, might as well just put in the good ones. So that's what I did. So I'm going to button this thing back together here. Well, it's all back together. I got the mower deck hooked back up. I got my linkages hooked up on the handlebars and everything like that. So all I really got to do is fill it with oil and gas and put a battery pack in there and try to start it. Now, I'm not going to start it right now in the garage because it's like 9:45 at night, and I don't think my kids would really like that. But next time I work on it, that will be what we're going to do. So hopefully this 5665 will be back in action. It's got enough dust on it that I got to, at some point, wash all that dust off it, but you got to mount the air cleaner back on. Over the years that this thing's been sitting in my garage here, I've actually stolen a lot of parts off of it to put on other machines like the carb or the coil or whatever, just to test out other machines. So now it's all back together and ready to go.